The United States might see hundreds of thousands departing this year due to President Donald Trump's immigration policies. However, experts argue that his strict deportation efforts and entry limitations could reduce the foreign-born workforce, ultimately harming the economy. In a paper recently published by the American Enterprise Institute, which leans towards conservatives, researchers estimated that net migration in the United States could end up between negative 525,000 and 115,000 this year, which they said reflects a significant decrease in inflows and a slight increase in outflows. This is in comparison to roughly 1.3 million in 2024, according to macro trends, and 330,000 in 2020, when the COVID-19 pandemic led to a sudden halt in global travel. If their lower-end forecasts prove correct, this would be the first time the United States has experienced negative net migration in decades. Since a large part of the American workforce consists of foreign-born workers, 19.9% of the U.S. workforce according to the API-AM, such a decline could put downward pressure on the workforce and consumer spending and reduce GDP this year by up to 0.4%. This aligns with the findings of another paper published by the Federal Reserve Bank of Dallas last week, which estimates that the decline in immigration could mean a hit of between 0.75% and 1.0% to GDP growth this year. The decrease in migrant inflows and the broader decrease in the foreign-born population will have negative effects on growth in the U.S. The labor force will have a major effect on many economic sectors, stated Madeline Zavodny, a co-author of the Dallas Fed paper. This is exacerbated by the country's low birth rate, which is already an economic concern, leading to a decreased share of the population in the working age category. The population in the United States is aging, Zavodny noted, and we rely on new immigrants to enhance growth in the workforce and key areas like agriculture, construction, and healthcare. President Trump's agenda to deport criminal illegal immigrants will enhance the quality of life for Americans at all levels. American resources funded by American taxpayers will no longer be under severe strain and misused by illegal immigrants. President Trump is bringing about America's golden age and boosting our economy with American workers, she noted. The job effects from a steady drop in net inflows will hit low-skilled sectors the hardest, including construction, agriculture, hospitality, and personal services, Davis. This is especially true in positions where native-born workers are not expected to make up for the reduction in migrant inflows. As a result, he told Newsweek, prices in these sectors are expected to rise. Stan Vuger, a senior fellow in economic policy studies at AEI and a co-author of the working paper, pointed out that the agriculture, leisure, and construction sectors will experience the greatest impact from the reduction in labor supply. He noted that a decline in foreign-born workers will significantly affect real estate along with the retail and utility sectors from the demand perspective. Large companies might find it easier to draw in additional employees to fill gaps, often offering better pay, Perry stated, while smaller businesses face greater challenges in remaining operational due to lower productivity and tighter margins. Zavodny also stated that small businesses will suffer more than others, as they traditionally struggle to access temporary worker programs like H-2A and H-2B visas. But large employers will also be affected, and that everyone will lose part of their customer base. The American Immigration Council estimates that the foreign-born population in the country possesses about $1.7 trillion in purchasing power, of which $299 billion comes from undocumented immigrants, who paid $167 billion in rent in 2023. As noted in AEI's paper, lower spending will reduce business revenues, leading to layoffs and adding another form of pressure onto the labor market alongside the declining workforce. And the president recently signed the GOP reconciliation bill that allocates about $150 billion to help implement this part of his agenda. No, said Stan Vuger from AEI when asked if the effect on economic growth might lead the administration to rethink its position. I believe the individuals shaping immigration policy in the White House overlook the economic and humanitarian effects of their decisions.